I start all these clinics with the same message, and that is you really need to have a philosophy about how you approach the game. Okay, what do you believe in? There's no right or wrong philosophy. Okay, but you have to have something that you believe. You believe how the game should be played, how you want to teach your players to play it, and that's kind of the foundation of what you do. Because at the end of the day, coaching is part, and in large part, teaching. Okay, you're going to teach the fundamentals. You're going to teach how you think the game should be played. You're going to teach the guys how to read situations on the floor. And then it's also part sales. Okay, you have to sell to your team your vision of the game. All right. Now, many of you probably work in youth basketball, so it's more about the teaching than it is about the sales. But as you go up the chain, coaching becomes a lot about a philosophy and delivering that and getting your players to buy into that and execute it. And that comes from your passion, your belief, and that's conveyed to the players in a way where they understand, what you want, why you want it, why you believe it works, why it does work. Doesn't mean it's the only way to play, okay? And this is true with all sports, right? Players sense when the coach doesn't believe what they're asking him to do. Okay, if I try to sell something that I intrinsically don't believe in, okay, they'll pick that up. All right, and again, as you go up the tree, coaching players, they're looking for more reasons to not do what you ask than do what you ask. Okay, so when you have kids at the younger ages, it's about engaging them, getting them interested in the game. Getting them active, not over-coaching them, getting them out there feeling the joy of the game. And as you coach more and more, let's say professional athletes, then, they're just as smart as you a lot of times. So this is where the sales aspect comes to, okay? What I want to focus on today is an offensive system, generally referred to in the NBA as the corner offense. And the reason I chose this is because I think it's an offense that's a great offense to teach kids how to play the game. A very simple structure. You can have as little or as much freedom in it as you want. It can be a lot of reads, a lot of motion, a lot of react, which is that side of the scale. I like to give my players a lot of freedom, okay? But when you're coaching younger kids, you may want to scale some of that back. And this is like a framework where you can just kind of, make it as structured as you want. And in that, you're going to teach them a lot of the fundamentals, right, of the game. And it's a very fluid offense, which is really how I believe the game should be played. The NBA is trending fast away from a lot of set plays, okay? So 10 years ago, it was a lot of isolation basketball, certainly a lot of pick and roll basketball. Throw it inside a little bit. That's pretty much dead. Okay, posting up players is kind of a dead part of the game. But, you see like Golden State Warriors is probably the best example now. They play with so much freedom. They're very good. They're very fluid. They're fun to watch. It's kind of to me, it's the soul of the game, that the interactivity of the players there, right? So this offense is very much in tune with that philosophy, okay? We use it. Almost every team uses some part of it. And, we like to use it as a complement to other things that we do. We don't use it exclusively. When I was in Houston, they used to run it. And the guy who pretty much, I wouldn't say invented it, but brought it into the fold in the modern game, Rick Adelman, he adapted it from what was called the Princeton offense, which is a highly structured cutting offense, okay? But he kind of made it a little more NBA friendly for athletes and gave those guys a lot of freedom. So the advantages of it are it's a positionless offense, okay? You don't need a point guard to run the offense. So a lot of times when you have kids and you're working in clubs or schools or age groups, like you don't necessarily get to go out and recruit what you what players you have. So whatever you got, okay, we don't need a point guard, right? We don't really need a true center, right? So we have guys that just have various levels of skill, and they can play on the different places on the floor. Now, again, you can decide, I want you to play mostly here or only here. Again, that's for your own choosing with regards to what you have from a skill set point of view. But I personally like to make it a positionless offense. That way, as we come down the floor, we like to run. We play a lot of transition. So when you come down the floor, you're going to come down in some sort of structure, but you may come down in different spots, okay? So that way we're not scrambling to find our places to run set plays. We want our transition game to flow seamlessly into whatever offense we're running. In this case, we're going to talk about corner, all right? The other thing we like about it is that it accentuates the spacing that we like. Okay, we talked earlier about, basketball, the post-up game is it's dying, right? It's a shame that it is dying, but there's just not a lot of great skilled post-up players, right? Analytics and all the new science and technology and data points to the fact that, most efficient basketball is three-pointers and layups, right? To get three-pointers and layups, you have to start with the right spacing on the floor, all right? And then do the right actions which force the defense to react and then open up those shots, okay? So that's another thing we like about this. It really teaches our guys good spacing, all right? When you talk about basketball fundamentals, spacing is always something that you're going to key on right away. And then the other thing is a passing and a cutting offense. So you don't even need great ball handlers in this offense. But you will teach kids how to read the floor, read screens, set screens, rebalance the floor, and all that. All right? So those are just some of the highlights that we like about it. When we run an offense, okay, I'm going to show you the structure and then the different parts of it. But when we run the offense with the Nuggets, it's as loose as it can be. Okay, we basically set up in our spots, and then we just react off that pass, okay? So let me have 5 guys out here. Again, it doesn't matter which 5 really. Take the ball here, all right? And then, so let's imagine we've come down the floor in a fast break, and we traditionally want to run, we're going to run somebody to the rim, all right? We call this a rim runner, and then we're going to try to run to the corners with our wings, all right? And then we have the ball down kind of in what we call the slot, which is offset. This angle, this part of the floor here, like a 45-degree angle to the bucket. We don't really want the ball in the middle of the floor unless we're in a primary break situation. That leaves one guy here, in what we call a trail spot. And we want the trail spot to be in the other slot, all right? We don't want him necessarily here at the high post, okay? So this is how we come down the floor most of the time, all right? In general, I like to take the rim runner and then run him back to the elbow area. All right? And the reason we do this is twofold. One is we want to put pressure on the rim in transition, so we want to collapse the defense. You'll notice that we don't ask our guys to stop here, because when you stop here, the defense stops here. When the defense stops here, we don't get any early attacks. All right? We go all the way down to the corner. Not only is the corner the most efficient three-point shot in the game, but it creates opportunities for us to attack early. So we come down with all this space around the ball. I have 25 feet on each side of the ball to be able to attack, and now we're into our penetrating kick game. Okay, and we work a lot on these situations. This is a whole nother concept, but we work a lot on these situations. Coming down here, attacking. I don't care whether you attack this way or you attack that way, but I want you to attack and I want you to get into the paint. We call those paint grabs. On a certain offense, we'll say, hey, we need 2 or 3 paint grabs. What does that mean? It means the point guard's coming down here. He's got to get to the paint, right? This is one paint grab. He kicks out. Now somebody else is driving. That's another paint grab. So that's our terminology for getting to the paint, try to put pressure on early. All right, we do that right away. Like if we can come down like this and get to the paint, we don't need to run an offense. All right, so we're already putting pressure on. All right? When the defense is back and set, that's when we start to flow into our corner game. All right, now we'll snap this guy back. So the first reason we run him deep is to put pressure on and open up the floor for paint grabs. The second one is when you just run this guy here, and then the defense will start to wrestle with him and deny him and all that kind of stuff, and then he gets forced out here. Now the whole angles of everything that you're trying to do get altered. So it's important that this guy here catches the ball on or as close to that elbow as he possibly can get. All right, so this is our spacing. Okay, so when the Nuggets come down and we're in this offense right here, right, we're pretty much done. We're just going to play basketball, pass and move at this stage. But I'm going to show you a lot of structure now, and then you can do what you want with it. All right. So where would we put certain guys with certain skill sets? Right. Okay. So this is a big guy normally, right? This is a big guy we ask to run to the rim and snap back. So if you have your best skilled big guy, a guy who can pass, all right, handle the ball, who's comfortable playing away from the hoop a lot, or just enough really, all right, you can put him there. All right. Oftentimes your big guys will be interchangeable, right, just due to rebounding. Big guys will rebound the ball at a high rate, right? That means they'll be in the trail spot too. All right, so if you wanted to have a certain guy handle the ball in the post right there all the time, then you would want to designate that he gets there as much as possible, all right? And then the other big guy would be in this trail spot right here. But for us, right, we have guys we want there more often than not, and then the other 4 spots are totally interchangeable, okay? In traditional lineup, this would be maybe your 4 or your 5. That would be the other big guy, the 4 or the 5. That would be a 2 or a 3, and that would be a 2 or 3, and here's your 1. All right, but there's going to be times when you want to play up-tempo basketball. We allow anybody on our team to rebound the ball and dribble. So you'll see our 5-man dribbling down the floor because we want the pace and the early attack of the paint. But having said that, all right, when we come down the floor, there may be lots of times where this is our 3-man. This may be Danilo Gallinari, okay? And we want him to be able to initiate the offense with the same effectiveness that a traditional point guard would. So that's what I'm talking about when the offense doesn't need a true point guard. All right? So now we get to this spot. We want to throw the ball into the post. All right? Ideally, we want to enter the ball here, and this triggers what we call a split game. So this is the first set of actions, if you will. Right? If we throw the ball into the high post or elbow right there, throw it there. Okay, he now has a choice whether he can go low split or high split. And what I mean by that is it's just a screening game. Okay, so let's say he goes low. Right? So now he's coming down here to screen. All right, these 2 guys stop. Now they're reading the screen. So you're going to put your guys in situations here where they're going to play against defenders who switch or don't switch. All right, so let's say he comes up over top. All right, he may curl it. And what we really stress is anytime there's an exchange like this between 2 guys on the perimeter, we want one of them to cut to the basket. All right, and then, again, you work on your reads here, whether they're switching or not switching. So he would cut to the basket, all right? Now on the other side, he would go through, all right? We respace the floor, now we play here, okay? And just, let's say you go pass and chase with a pick and roll. Okay, you would stay at the top of the floor, all right? You come off. Now we're playing basketball, all right? So go run that, get back to the beginning. So that would just be what we call low split, all right? So we throw to the elbow, we can run low split. We throw to the elbow, we can run high split. So throw it in there. So now it's a screen here. Same thing, okay? A lot of times this will be a switch at the top of the floor. They like to switch, they'll switch that screen less because at the bottom of the floor, the top of the floor, they'll switch a little bit more. All right, again, we want one of these guys to cut, okay? Cut or curl, he goes down the paint. He may snap back here, all right? Now we go into a pick and roll or something like that, all right? We'll build up these little actions and these options for you, but I just want to give you the first action. That's what we name here, the first action. So if we call our corner game C, all right, so if we say C, we come down here and we give all these things names in the process of teaching. So we can say, hey, let's run C low, all right? So he would throw into the elbow, he runs a low split, okay? They make a cut, he hits them, maybe not, come off, boom, all right, stop. So now you're getting situations like it's the basic action right now. We're trying to distort the defense, get to the paint. What you guys do on the weak side, you can do lots of different things. So let's walk through that C low action for a second for me. Okay, walk through that. Yeah, come over. Let's say you come over top. Come here. All right, stop. So go all the way through. You're gonna be in this spacing a lot. All right. So you're gonna come over top. Stop. Now what we want. Let's say you don't have anything there. You're gonna attack here. You're gonna make this pass here. All right. This would trigger an automatic cut from the guy in the middle. You're out to the other side. Now you can pass here. Okay, cut. Right? You can follow on for a post-up if you have a post-up. You can follow on for a pick and roll if you're more of a pick and roll guy. So what you decide to do on the backside is really up to you. Okay? You're going to have to play with your spacing and your skill set. One of the other things that you can do a lot of on the C low is this. Okay, run this back. Okay, and throw it inside, okay, go down, go over top or cut, stop when you get to the rim, all right? Now go pick and roll, come off this here, yeah? Now you're gonna come out behind the pick and roll, okay? And the reason that that's an effective one is because his man will stop and guard the pick and roll guy, all right? So if you walk through it, right, walk through it for a second, I'm guarding here, I'm playing defense. Now here comes the pick and roll. I'm going to play defense here, and now I get out late to the guy who's shooting, all right? So we call that snap action. So if we went C low snap, that's what we're looking for, okay? But we don't ever call that, all right? We don't even call C low. We call C, all right? Because when we teach this stuff, we give it names, and we practice it, but then when we play, we take all the names away and give them all the freedom they want. So they play with concepts in their mind, all right? So if they were to go C high, okay, he would throw it here. C high would be a high split. Now we're making a cut. He may make another cut, all right, pick and roll, whatever. You're going out, you're shaking up behind. All right, so there's two actions that we get, C low, C high, out of the elbow feed, all right? One of the beautiful things about this offense is, here we go. All right, let's say we can't feed it to the elbow. Let's say he's denied. Let's say this guy's, we don't have to worry about that, all right? We can enter the offense somewhere else, all right? So we just can make this pass here, all right? We just call that swing action, okay? So we would say, we'll just go swing action, all right? Now, this guy's job in all of our offenses is to create pace, get early rim attacks, and then create early movement, all right? So everything triggers on A, where he throws the ball, and B, where he decides to cut. All right, here we go. So swing it, double, curl, follow. Nice, good, right? Now run that back, okay? And just hold the ball and stop when I say stop. All right, again, I'm not a continuity guy, all right? I'm not a guy who's going to give you, we're going to do A and then B and then C and then D and E. I'm going to give you A, sometimes B, and I want you to play basketball, all right? Obviously, you got to teach your guys how to do this, all right? But there is some continuity. Just like I showed you the weak side cut and the snap action continuity, here's some continuity. So if you ran swing double, swing it, all right? See, down, now you're going down. Okay, curl, don't give it to him. Curl, don't give it to him. Snap back, pass it, chase it over top. Okay, stop. Now you can play two-man game right here. You either give it to him and he goes, you can turn him down and now pass here and play pick and roll with this guy. All right, now you have spread pick and roll, down, guy rolling to the hoop. All right, so that we call that pinch post game or whatever. But there's continuity, and whatever you like. There's a lot of weak side actions that you can put into this stuff. All right, so now we've come down, we've hit the elbow, we've gone C high, C low. Okay, we've come down, we've hit the trail big or whatever he is. Okay, and we've run slice and double. Okay, let's say we can't make either of those plays because the defense is taken away. We can always throw to the corner. All right, so let's say they deny here and they can't feed here. We can always throw to the corner. All right, yeah, throw to the corner. So now, again, I'm going to give him two things that he can do. All right, he can go through. Okay, good cut. He just goes through all the way. All right, then a lot of times I like, this can be pick and roll, but I like more than pick and roll, pass and chase. Okay, stop. And the reason I like pass and chase more than just pick and rolls tend to be slow developing plays. Good defensive teams can stop them. They can put whatever coverage, they can switch them. Pass and chase gives me options. He passes and he chases. If I deny him, he can go back door. All right, that's a chance to get a cheap bucket. All right, if I go underneath, at the point of the screen, he can bump back and shoot it. If I'm pressuring him, all right, and I blow up this screen, he can curl it, go to the basket. Now look who's behind whom. All right, so it opens up more opportunities for cheap buckets if you play pass and chase. Then the other thing is this is also very hard to guard. Give the ball back to here. So instead of just pass and pick and roll, you can also take one dribble and then flip it to him. Okay, flip it to him. So you take one dribble and flip it to him. Now defense is kind of waiting to see what you do, and those are very tricky situations to guard. So you'll see a lot of, we're lucky in the Nuggets that we have several skilled big guys. They're like dinosaurs in the NBA. No one has skilled big guys anymore. We have a bunch of them. Okay, most of them are European kids, and they're phenomenal, right? We let them handle the ball out here, dribble, pass, dribble, fake, late pass over top. Okay, they're fun to watch. All right. All right, so that's C. That would be come back. That would be C through. That would be through action. All right. Or what we can do is do this. Right. Throw ahead. He's going to run a through cut, but then he's going to stop and put on the brakes, and he's going to turn around and screen for this guy right here. All right. And then he can go down to the hoop for a cheap layup. If he's a post-up guy, you can post him up at this point in time. All right, he bounces back. All right, we either throw it inside or we throw out top. Let's say we throw out top. Here's some continuity for you. Again, this guy could go right into a pick and roll at the top of the floor. So let's walk through that and we'll get the timing of it a little bit better. Right, here we go. So this would be, we would call this rip. These are called rip screens right here. Now he hits here, and now you're right on top of him. Now it's pick and roll and replace or whatever, okay? Yeah? So let's run this one more time, okay? And stop when I say stop. Here we go. Throw ahead, set the rip screen, okay? All right, stop. So let's say, ideally this guy sets a really good screen and we get a layup going to the bucket. All right, let's say he doesn't. All right, I'm guarding him. Come back and set the rip screen. I'm gonna guard here. All right, just walk through it. Let's say I blow it up, I get through it. Okay, now you can go right into pick and roll as well. All right, and that's hard to guard. You're getting off the top of the floor there. All right, so you can do different things on this one. All right, get back to the run it and go to the pick and roll part. All right, so let's say we snap. The screener steps back and you're going to set a pick and roll on him. Right, you go pass it. Good. All right, okay, stop, right? So let's talk about this pick and roll right now. And this is in general in all pick and rolls that you may use. So traditionally, this is what we would call roll and replace. He comes over top the screen. He would roll, okay, to the rim, and he would raise up behind it or replace behind it. We would call that roll and replace, all right? It's not used that much anymore because defensive have gotten very clever in stopping that. So now what we do is, let's say he's down, you're up, ball is here. Okay. If we have like spread lineups, okay, you would just lift up and you would go out. But if this is a big guy, you come off, okay? You set a screen, you would come off, and we just call this slide action. We just roll this guy underneath, all right? A lot of defenses now are sagging off pick and rolls, and they're kind of guarding the paint, right? Inviting you to take these tough shots right here. We talked about the shots that we valued, which were threes and layups. Defenses are very advanced now that they're trying to bait you in to take these shots here, so they leave their big guys right here, all right? But in doing so, they leave this area wide open for these short rolls, okay? So our guard comes off. That opens up the weak side roll. Now one guy is guarding two down here, all right, while the other one's guarding the ball. All right? So that's, okay, a very effective action off the pick and roll, all right? So let's just go through let's just quickly go through the different actions one more time, okay? So we're going to go C low, okay? So here's what I want. We're going to run the action, all right? After the action, if we get three guys on one side, I want the middle guy to cut like we showed you initially. After that, we're going to run the action. When we come out of the action, I want 5 passes, all right? Generally, after you pass, I want to cut. When you cut, I want you to respace all the way behind a three-point line. Keep energy in the ball. That means keep passing and keep moving, okay? Don't let it stop. We use a terminology a lot. Play with a 0.5 mentality, meaning when I have the ball, I want to do something in 0.5 seconds. I'm going to shoot it, pass it, or drive it. Okay, we don't want to hold. All right? Generally, when we practice, we're an up-tempo team. We play with 14 seconds on the shot clock because we want to get up and down in 14 seconds. All right? And if anyone holds for 1.5 seconds, or less than 2, rather, it's a turnover. So we want guys to play with a 0.5 mentality, right? So that's what we're going to run. We're going to run this action. We're going to run C low, all right, into 5 passes. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Good. Hold up. Let's go back. Remember when we said we ran the split game, we want to cut. So I don't care who it is. One of you guys has got to cut to the bucket. All right, so it could be you curling over top. Could be the screener slipping. Okay, could be you backdooring. I don't care. Use your imagination. And that's a lot of times when you play with these read and react offenses, they're harder to play 5-on-0 because there's nothing to read. So you have to use your imagination. All right, the other key to playing read and react basketball is thinking 2 passes ahead. When you think 2 passes ahead, when your players think 2 passes ahead, then they've got the nature of the offense, all right? Meaning, hey, I'm here, the ball's there, it's coming my way in 2 passes. What can I do for my teammates? Can I cut? Can I screen? Can I space the floor better? All right, here we go, let's go. 0.5 mentality, let's go. I need a cut. Right on top of it, there you go, come on. Now I need 5 passes, let's go, cut. Go. Oh, come on, let's go back. Here we go. Come on. Let's go. Cut, right on top of it. Come over, move it, cut. Now move yourself, cut. Good. Let's go, move it. Up. Good. All right, not bad. What I liked what they did is they didn't dribble a lot, okay? My high school coach said that the worst thing they ever did to a basketball was put air into it, all right? And I like the fact that they kept moving. All right, and that's the other thing. When you play with random offenses or motion offenses, you're going to be off balance at times. It's going to happen, right? Coaches can't lose their mind. Players can't lose their mind. Look at the floor, balance the floor, reset the spacing, and keep moving the ball, okay? So it's going to happen once in a while. One thing I like to tell our guys is, like, pay attention to the guy in front of you, right? If he doesn't move, you can't move. But we want him to move. All right, so you can fill behind him. All right, so move with a purpose. Watch what's going on in front of you. All right, everybody, like I can always tell when I'm like kind of the offensive coordinator for the Nuggets, so I do all the offensive breakdown. When I watch film, I know our offense is in trouble when I see a bunch of guys looking at the ball all the time. Okay, they can't see guys screening for them. They can't see opportunities to cut. Defensively, you should never not know where the ball is. Offensively, I don't care whether you see the ball or not, because when you're open, the ball is going to find you. All right, all right, here we go. Let's run C high. I need to cut. I need to come out of the action with 5 passes. One thing about this guy here in the middle, and I didn't say this, so that's my fault. Once the action is done, you want to get out of the middle of the floor, okay? Maybe later in the clock you can come back up to run some sort of pinch action, but the reason that offense functions well is because with the cutting opens up the middle of the floor for our penetration and kick game. So once the action is done, work low, okay? Work into pick and rolls and roll out of it, all right? There we go, let's go. C high, let's go. I need a cut. Good, right on top of it. Pick and roll, let's go. Good. That's fine. Good. All right, go back and just walk through what you just did. All right, so here's another little nugget for teaching like read and react basketball, motion basketball, okay? I tell our guys this all the time, like we have a structure here, it's very basic, and we can call it all these different plays if we want to. All right? But when we let our guys just play, or when the play breaks down, you have to be able to just play, pass and move. We tell our guys all the time, A, watch the guy in front of you, B, play with a 0.5 mentality, all the stuff I just told you. The other thing is, I don't care what you do, I really don't, okay? I don't care whether you cut, I don't care whether you screen, I don't care whether you space, I don't care whether you stand at some points. All right? I just want you to do it quick so your teammates know what you're doing, and I want you to do it well. You got it quick and well. If I'm going to cut, it may not be the right thing to do in that situation, but if I cut quick and I cut well to score, all right, it's going to put pressure on the defense. My teammates are going to know what I'm doing so they can react. All right, and then if I do it well, obviously I have a high chance of being effective. If I wait, okay, and then I go half-ass, it's never going to work anyway, okay? So 0.5 mentality doesn't just mean with the ball, it means without the ball, all right? So for example, like if you can remember what we did there, so we fed it here, we ran a high split, you curled down, okay? Now at this point, you didn't get the ball, fine. Now at this point in time, I don't care whether you go there or there, all right? Once your cut is finished, just get there quick. Your eyes are his, okay? Watch the guys in front of you. He's technically in front of you relative to the ball. So when he comes out this way, it's up to you to space for him, all right? Now we go pick and roll at the top of the floor, let's say. Okay, you're going to roll hard. You're going to fill behind that pick and roll, okay? You got that? We want to fill like our spots on the floor when they get vacated, all right? So let's run that one more time. Let's run C high. Okay, we'll run C with the high split. So this would be C swing high if we were calling it a play. All right, if not, we're just calling it C. All right, and he happens to throw there. All right, here we go. Let's go. Run it. Good, good, good. I need a cut. I need a cut. Good. Nice. Good. That's it. Roll. Nice. Play. Play. Relocate. Good. All right, stop. This is good. So take the ball right there. All right, take the ball in the corner just like you did. This is great. This is what we want. We live for this right here. So you're driving hard, all right? So relocation rules, all right, and we'll show you those in a minute, would say when the guy's driving baseline, I got to get right here to the top of the restricted circle. All right, this does two things. One is, first and foremost, it makes my man as a help defender choose. Am I going to stop the ball or am I going to play here, right? The other thing it does, it opens up that pass. So relocation rules for us, anytime there's a drive along the baseline, we got to have a guy at the front of the rim and a guy in the corner. The ball has to have two options, all right? Here we go. So let's run that again all the way through. C high, swing, right? C swing high. See, I don't even know the names because we don't even call them names, but here we go. C swing high. Let's go. So, good. Nice. Good. Right on top of it. Out. Good. Drive it. Okay. Get that big guy a layup. There you go. That's basketball right there. Okay. There's really no defense for that. That's what we love about it. One of my biggest beliefs, and this goes back to being a salesman. All right. Like when you play in the playoffs in the NBA, they know every single play I mean, we get a binder this big on what our team is going to do, okay, what the other team is going to do. So I'm sure they're getting the same one. They know everything we're going to do. So at some point, your offense, if you have the best play in the world, at some point it's going to break down. Either you're doing or they're doing. When it breaks down, your players have to be able to play basketball. Basketball is about moving and filling space. It's no different than soccer. It's angles, okay? It's being in the right place, filling space, creating space, filling space. It's all the game is, all right? All right, here we go. Let's run now our slice action, okay? So now we're swinging it, okay? We're swinging it. We're cutting off there. Now we're pinning down behind that, okay? And again, we're looking at this action primarily. When that action's dead, we can always throw over here. Let's say there's nothing going on over there. We dribble at you. You go back door. Now we pass here, pick and roll, whatever. We're coming off. We open up the middle of the floor. We got all kinds of things. So even though we have an initial action, if that action's not there, we don't want to overlook it. We can go other side all the time, all right? So let's run the slice action off this, all right? Here we go. Let's go. Good. So, nice. Good. That's it. I like that. Middle of the floor. All right, stop. Let's go back to that pick and roll right there. I want to show you something about, we talked about creating space and filling space. Most defenses are built to do what? Protect the paint, right? So walk through the point where we had a pick and roll right there. Okay, yes. I don't know how we got there. This is it. Perfect. So we got defense moving underneath. When you can have action on both sides of your floor and the ball engaged, right, you're going to score a lot of points because the defense is going to be stretched. We're coming off pick and roll. Look how much space he has. He has 40 feet. He has 40 feet, right? I'm guarding right here. I'm left to make a choice. I'm either going to come to help, which opens up that pass right away, or I stay hugged up, which means he gets to the paint. Now this guy has to choose. He either is going to help uphill, which opens up that late pass, or he stays back. Now you get your layup at the rim, all right? We always like to say, put the defense in a position where they have to choose what they're going to do, right? The best defenses are really good at playing both, all right? So the best defenses obviously take even more movement to crack. All right, here we go. Let's run the double action, okay? So remember, double action had a follow too, so it was a curl and then a screen again and a curl again. All right, here we go. Let's go swing it. We're going double. Good. Come off, curl. Come on, get him. Curl. Good. Now we don't have it. Let's say you snap back to the elbow on this one. All right, let's go run that again, okay? And, you know, sometimes the first guy may be open. We just like to have a little continuity so it doesn't bog down. Throw it here. Okay, go get him quick. Now you just wait. I want separation in this screen here because if they switch that, I want him to be able to go back door. Now, okay, the other thing this separation does, it allows you to see what they've done here, who's picking up whom. If they switch it, it gives you a little gap there for error to screen the right guy. So come off. All right, now you're going to curl it tight. Okay, you're looking to feed that guy. Now you're going to get him. And again, we've got our 40 feet of space that we talk about. Let's say neither of them are there. Now we're throw here. Okay, run and chase it. Okay, give it to him. Turn around. Quick pick and roll. Come back to the middle of the floor. Yeah. Play two-man game. We got a cut on the other side. All right. Give me something that looks like that. All right. Here we go. Good. Snap back. Good job. Great. Good. Good job. Keep energy in the ball. Give me a layup, all right? All right, run it one more time and just stop when I say stop, all right? Here we go. Hurry up, get to it. Hurry up, get to it. All right, run the double. Here we go. Swing it. Go down. Pick. Curl. Get him again. Curl. Snap back. All right, snap back. Stop. All right. At this point in time, okay, you can go this side of the floor too. Okay, at any point in time, you can go this side of the floor. All right, so we don't have to always get bogged down on one side of the floor. We can go dribble handoff into the same action, all right? That kind of stuff. All right, go back. Let's go through the through the through action and then the rip action. One more time. Here we go. So hold up, my bad. Let's go back. This is where we throw to the corner, okay? Let's do where we throw to the corner, okay? Throw to the corner. Now you cut through. Okay, you can make that cut if you want, or this cut. Okay. Now we're playing. Remember we said we like pass and chase here, right? Pass and chase. Come off of it, right? We got it. Whatever. We give it to them. We got that middle cut on the other side. So give me one of those, please. I don't care what it looks like on the back side right now. Let's focus on the strong side action. Here you go. Go ahead. Yeah, throw the corner. Look for it. Every cut's got to be a scoring cut. Chase it. You can give it to him or not. Curl. Good job, all right? Nice, good. All right, finish that. All right. And then we had the rip screen, okay? Let's do that real quick. Yeah, now you're going to set a screen for the big guy at the elbow, remember? Yeah, so but make sure, yeah, exactly. So get a good screen angle, okay? Get a good screen angle. With screen angles, okay, this is really important. Screen angles, okay? You want to set a screen in the direction that the man you're screening for wants to travel. All right, so I want to set a screen like this. At this point in time, he wants to travel this way. Okay, so I want my back to be 180 degrees to the direction he wants to travel. All right, so that way I can set a good screen and take the guy out. All right, if I wanted him to go over there, I would set this screen here. Okay, if you wanted him to go into a ball screen. All right, let me just show you something what I love about this offense here. So give me, let me have 3 balls, please, okay? And let me have 2 more players, if you don't mind. Okay, so let me have a ball here, okay? And let's have, you're going to be a passer, and you're going to be a passer. All right, actually, I only need 2 players, right? So we work on this offense not just on 5-on-0 like you saw. All right, we also work on it as a shooting drill. All right, and I'll show you this real quick. So if we wanted to practice like, hey, let's run C low and get shots out of C low. So we would just throw the ball here. Okay, we run this little screen action, and we have, you can have players or coaches doing this. All right, so I want one of you guys who had the ball, you're going to stand right here. Right? You're going to stand right here, and you're going to hit this guy cut into the basket. Okay? And then the next guy with the ball is going to be right there in the slot. All right? So now we're hitting him going to the bucket. Now you're going pick and roll. Okay? You're coming off this thing. You're hitting the big guy going to the basket off the roll. All right? And now you're popping back here for a shot. All right? So just run that little sequence. So we get to run the sequence, and we get 3 shots out of it. All right? Here we go. So, yeah, hit the high post, run a low split, okay? So now we got catch and finish, pick and roll, hit the roll guy coming off, snap back, shot, okay? So we can do the same thing, okay, with the high split, all right? So let's run it as a high split, okay? So get the ball here, okay? Now I need my passers are going to be a little different. So I want one passer over here, right? You're going to actually be, let's have you pass from the bottom of the floor for me, please. Okay, so we're going to throw it here. You're going to come over. Yeah, actually, I got you up at the top of the floor now, not the bottom of the floor. So let's go back and start that. All right. You're up here. So we're running high splits, okay? We like to shoot out of 3-man actions. Otherwise, it gets too messy. Throw it in here. We run a high split, all right? One of you guys is going back door, okay? Let's say it's you. You're curling over top. You're going to get a pass from him. Finish that layup. Now you're coming back here, okay? Come off. Got that? I want you to come off for a jumper. So let's say the defense goes under. You're shooting that shot, and you're going to pop out, and you're going to shoot that shot, all right? So my second passer is going to be over there on the wing, all right? And again, I can manipulate the defensive, what I want the defense. Let's say we know we're going to play a team that goes under a lot of pick and rolls. We're going to work on shots behind the pick and roll. Okay, we're going to work against a team that has their bigs all the way down the floor and pick and roll. We're going to work on spot jumpers on the pop. All right, so we'll run that little sequence. Here we go. Let's go. Good. Nice. Come off, pick and roll, shot. Right? Good, okay? So we can run all of our actions in 3-man shooting groups, okay? And then we like to challenge our guys, hey, we're gonna run this, we're gonna run shooting out of whatever, C low, until we make 3 triples, which means 3 sequences where all 3 shots go in, all right? That's an express version. So now I'm happy to entertain any questions that you have.
Can you show me how you doing it in continuity? I mean, with more player in a real practice.
How we would do it in a real practice?
Yeah, in a continuity, more like to do more repetition as possible.
Yeah, okay, so here's what, so this is how we would practice this, okay? So give me all 5 guys. Let's just move that cart out of the way for me, please, all right? So we're gonna go 5 guys on the baseline, all right? So because you wanna get good at flowing into this and reading and getting the lag time out, we're gonna go 5-man weave, okay? So we have 1 ball, okay, 1 ball. I only have 5 guys, I have 1 ball. Every pass, you're going behind the guy you pass to, okay? When you go behind the guy you pass to, you gotta touch the sideline. All right, so we're gonna go 5-man weave down. We're gonna come back in the same spots just to make it simple for you that you just were in, okay? And then we're gonna run the point guard, okay? You can throw the ball wherever you want. Then you gotta make your cuts, and then we're playing off of that, okay? Yes? No, you're going 5-man weave down, and then you're just running down into the spacing that we just had in our corner offense. It relies on you, though, getting us into the stuff quick and then making your cuts, right? What I want after that, after we make our initial pass, wherever it may be, I need 7 more passes, all right? We'll count them out. All right, here we go, let's go. Let's go. 5 weave, 5 weave, 5 weave. Get ahead of the ball, get ahead of the ball. Here we go. Let's go. Get to your spots. Where was your spot? Okay, good. Going through, he's going through. That's 1, okay? 2 cuts, 3 cuts, space the floor. That's it. Good. Stay low. Yeah. Is that 7? Here we go. Let's go again. Let's go. So now you guys are roughly familiar with the different actions, right? Low, high, slice, double, rip, or through. Okay, so I'm going to call the action when you come back, okay? 5 weave, listen for my call on the way back. Let's go. Good. Come on, get ahead of the ball, Here we go, let's go. Slice action, let's go. Slice action. So this is slice, cut, pin down. Slice action. All right, hold on. Remember we said that's when we throw here. Yeah, we throw here, okay? So run it. Let's go. Keep it hopping. I need 7 passes. Pin down, that's 1. Here we go, let's go. Move. Chase it. 2. Let's go. Cut. 3, 4. Attack the middle. Good. All right, a little rough around the edges, obviously. Guys, when you're dribbling, okay, I know we're just playing 5-on-0, but you want to get to the paint, all right? Get to the paint. Paint grab. Get in here. Practice getting downhill to the basket on the catch, all right? What does that mean? It means I'm down, I'm ready. When the ball hits my hands, I'm throwing it out in front, and I'm going downhill into the paint, okay? Don't play what we call, everyone works on shell defense, right? You guys heard that term? Shell defense. I have a term, shell offense, all right? When you play shell offense, which means you have 4 or 5 guys around the perimeter, you're not going to win much, okay? You got to get to the paint, cuts, pick and rolls, drives, okay? We always telling our guys, too much shell offense out there, all right? Any other questions?
So you refer to this as positionless basketball, so you can use it if you don't
Yeah.
you've got coming in. But this seems to be really predicated on the versatility of the players. So for you guys at Denver, I guess, could you run this if you had Drummond or Dwight Howard instead of Jokic? And
Yeah.
if you don't know who you've got in, you need a 4 that can play as opposed to,
Yeah.
I guess, Nurkic doesn't play anymore.
Right.
So is it good usage of talent, if the 4 can't play as a 3-point?
I mean, it's a great question. And the answer to that question is yes. I mean, is it, obviously, if you don't have optimal skill, you're not going to have optimal efficiency with any offense, right? But what you can do is, like, let's say, you know, we would run this in Houston from time to time. We would put Dwight here. He's not a great playmaker, like, let's say, a Jokic is. But two things. One is, like, you know, most big guys, first of all, they got to guard you at the elbow. All right? Nobody doesn't guard the elbow. Okay? So, it creates some good spacing right away when the ball is thrown into the elbow. The other thing is, maybe you just minimize throwing it here. All right? There's other places on the floor to throw it. Okay? We just showed you the high or the low entries to it. Okay? Or, you know, what they did in Houston with when Yao Ming was in this offense, they just put him down here. All right? And then as the ball would come over top, let's say they put, no, so they had another, let's say you were in the elbow area. Let's just say. So they put their Dwight Howard or the Yao Ming here. They would run whatever action. As the ball would be swung, now you have a post-up opportunity. Okay? Or now you have an opportunity to run up into a pick and roll, okay, on the swing. All right? And a little known secret, like Dwight loved to touch the ball. Needed to touch the ball. So we were like, hey, throw it to him. We let him run dribble handoff all day up here. Okay? It was better than throwing it to him in the post. So we just tricked him a little. And he was happy. Like, but so, and at very least, this becomes, you know, again, at the highest efficiency of the offense, you have Vlade Divac here making all kinds of passes. But Dwight Howard can do this. Right? Now he's rolling from 12 feet with a big guy right here. All right? And that's a pretty effective play because we can lob over top if you have that type of skill and athleticism. So I think that's it.
All right. Hey, let's give Chris a big round.
Thank you.